Hey everybody, welcome to T-Pole's Corner. Your host Travis is here, and like any good evil mastermind, I'm going to start off with an expendable lackey. And this is very fitting because the name of the deck is called Your Choice or Mine, with a question mark at the end. And the reason we did it that, let's see, I don't really have a 2-mana spell, right? But, yeah, this is fine. We'll do that first. We'll hit him with our lackey. Incriminate. This is the star of the show, really. Choose 2 creatures controlled by the same player. That player sacrifices one of them. And there's a tactic you can use with that out of the way. You have to go full control so that you can interrupt your own sorcery. But if you go full control and throw one of the creatures that you don't want to kill up onto the top into the opponent's hand, there's only one choice left that's valid for them, and they have to sacrifice that one. So one of the problems that I had facing, like all these token decks that have 1/1 chumps all over the place, and then they'll put down like a Shieldred or an Elish Norn or that kind of thing, is I didn't have a way to get rid of, make my opponent choose the one that I wanted them to sacrifice. This is a little trick that you can use to get around that kind of thing. Ooh. Now I have 2 expendable lackeys. Ha ha! Take that. Plague Nurse. And my opponent has not missed a single land drop yet. Alright, we have 2 creatures. We will chump block to prevent the poison. And we will do our strategy now. We will go full control. We will choose the 2 creatures. Submit them and pay for the spell. Now it's on the stack. Now we do out of the way. We only cost 2. We throw the Plague Nurse up because that's toxic 2. Pay for that. We can get rid of full control now. 1 goes up. There's only one choice left. Incriminate makes them sacrifice the one we wanted them to. Then we go get exile our expendable lackey and get a fish that can't be blocked. Kind of like those potatoes. We bring back down the nurse. We bring down the sewer crocodile. And another lackey. And we hit them with our fish. And if you're a fan of Monty Python, slapping somebody across the face with a fish, you might think is hilarious. Oh no, they probably have 4 of these. Do you have another one you want to use right now? You get another toxic? Maze's Mantle. Ouch. That was pretty bad. Come on, it's my turn. Thank you. We'll take that. Let's see. We will also get rid of our other lackey. Get another fish. And 5, 6. I guess we're not attacking. We can block with everybody and kill the Plague Nurse. I could just leave Sewer Crocodile to try and block it. but I'd rather just kill it if it attacks. This is the one counterspell we have in the deck. Blah, blah, blah. No, because that would give them that. So we get rid of you, and we bring those two back. Oh, no. That's bad timing, because I was going to get the Sphinx. Do you have your own counterspell? We're waiting. Decline. That way I still get the Sphinx. And now we have to put up with all the proliferate spells. Great. And we be done. And they got somebody who can sacrifice. They've got reach. Another proliferate. That gives me 5 poison tokens. It's just going to proliferate it now rather than block the Sphinx. I figured, well, okay, because it has to, in order to get the poison counter on me, it has to proliferate. If they just block it with the Sphinx and the Sphinx kills it, I don't get the poison counter. Okay, do I have anything? No. So I'll just hold on to that, and we'll go ahead and attack. And my opponent gets to choose which pile I want, so I get one out of the two. And hello? You're going to give me both of them? Okay, this pile goes into my hand, so you gave me both of them. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, let's see. Let's go ahead and have you sleep with the fishes. That gives me another fish. And we'll just hold on to Hero's Downfall. If he plays a particular spell, an instant on something that might proliferate it, we can then counter it and make it fizzle with Hero's Downfall. They'll have to hold their ammo until they have at least 2 spells. In the meantime, we get more card draw. And this time they might separate them into 2 different piles. But we get a blood token. Do I want land or land? He's going to give me both of them. Okay. I will go ahead and use the blood token that we just got and see if I can get something better. It's another land. Good enough. Nothing like 3 lands in a row. Each opponent gets a poison counter. Okay, that's 7. Oh no, that's why we kept that in reserve. And we just had lethal attack, so that would have worked. Alright, so we got to demonstrate the combo already, so that was kind of cool. I'll go ahead and show you the whole deck. we kind of managed to draw through quite a bit of it, so you've already seen a lot of it. But, so, your choice or mine. It's a little bit bulky, right? A lot of people just want to use one removal spell, which is fine. I mean, I've got single removal spells in here. But, because Phyrexia came out, because some of their creatures are so problematic, I thought it would be cool to just give you yet another option, another way to go about, hey, you've got a creature that's kind of difficult to get rid of. If you do something like Sheoldred's, Sheoldred's Edict or whatever, it's still their choice on who to sacrifice. Just like Incriminates, they get to choose which of the two creatures they get to sacrifice. This is a way to kind of get around them making the choice. And it could be that you're going to run up against, something like a Phyrexian Obliterator or a Sheoldred that you just absolutely can't stomach having on the field for 3 or 4 turns. So if you got this combo, then you got them. I mean, there's always a chance that you could have enough single individual, right? So maybe you want to do like 8 specific individual removals. You can. This is just, these are both Streets of New Capenna cards. They're kind of fun, and you can use them together. You don't have to use them together. If you think you know your opponent's deck and it doesn't matter which one they get rid of, they got 2 3/3s, you can just play Incriminate and you didn't get the other card in your hand anyway. Okay, fine, get rid of that. Maybe you got a green token, just use this on the green token. It costs 2 less and you still get to replace it and draw another card. But the other theme is the fish. So let's go through the rest of the deck, right? Combat Research, enchant creature. When it deals combat damage to a player, you get to draw a card. If the creature is legendary, you get +1/+1 and has ward 1. I have 1 legendary creature, 1 copy of Gix Yawmoth Praetor. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to one of your opponents, its controller may pay 1 life, and if so, they draw a card. I haven't used this, I think maybe once I used the 7 mana ability to make them, discard X number of cards, and then you get to exile your opponent's library cards. But he's a 3/3, so maybe we'll get a chance to put Combat Research on Gix. We have 4 of the expendable lackeys. Once they die, you can exile them from your graveyard and create a 1/1 blue fish creature token. This creature cannot be blocked. And let's show you. We've got 15 creatures. We've got 25 lands, so 1 more than I normally do, and 3.1 average mana curve. And so we can get up to 19 easily if we go through our lackeys and just bring the fish. We've got Ceremonial Knife. Gives equipped creature +1 for power. And whenever the creature does combat damage, you create a blood token. Since we're looking at getting fish that can't be blocked, I can put Combat Research on them easy. I can put the Ceremonial Knife on them easy. We can get some blood tokens and some card draw, and maybe that'll help put us over the hump. Some removal besides Incriminate. We got Go for the Throat. We got 1 Infernal Grasp, and we've got 1 Extinguish the Light, which also affects Planeswalkers, and 1 Hero's Downfall, which also accepts Planeswalkers. So we've got 4 regular removals. We've got 4 Incriminates. And if we do have a good chance to use Out of the Way with Incriminate, we will. I've got 2 Suspicious Bookcases. We can spend 3 mana and then target creature can't be blocked this turn. We could use that on something like the Skitterfang or Gix, or one of our Crocodiles or something like that. So the next card in here is Atraxas Skitterfang. This is a new card from Phyrexia. It enters the battlefield with 3 oil counters on it. At the beginning of combat, this is only on your turn, not on the opponent's turn. You can remove an oil counter, and if you do, you get to choose which target creature gains the Evergreen ability. You can give them Flying, or Vigilance, or Death Touch, or Lifelink, whatever you think is best at the moment. You do not have to give them something. You can just keep all your oil counters on the Skitterfang and wait for a better time to use it. We've got the 1 counterspell, Devious Cover-Up, so that if we've got a bunch of stuff in our graveyard, we can get it back. We've got Reservoir Kraken. You can tap. I only have 1 copy of Kraken, otherwise I might have more in here. But if your opponent taps it, then it creates a 1/1 blue fish creature that can't be blocked. We've got 4 copies of Sleep with the Fishes that also create the fish that can't be blocked. And 2 Sphinx of Clear Skies with Flying and Ward 2 and the Domain ability, so when it deals combat damage to a player, you reveal the top X number of cards of your library. X is the number of basic land types you control. An opponent separates those into 2 different piles. One pile goes into your hand, the other into your graveyard. I'm not sure why my opponent just kept putting everything in one pile for me. They can do that, but I'm just going to take them. So you can, if you want, go into Dominaria United and get some of the lands that count for both basic land types. So you could choose 3 of these islands and make one like an island in a forest, one an island in a mountain, one an island in a plain. And you could have representatives of all 5 basic lands in this deck if you wanted to, if you thought, that would give you the advantage. I have not done that yet, but it's always an option. And then our big heavies, the 4 copies of Sewer Crocodile, they can't be blocked if you have 4 mana to spare. And if there are 5 or more mana values among cards in your graveyard, the ability only costs 1 blue to make them unblockable. So if we don't have, if we have the bookcase out, we could spend 3. If it costs more than the 1 blue, we could just spend 3 to make them unblockable. We could spend 4 later if we have it. Maybe if we got the right conditions, we'd just spend 1. But the fish already can't be blocked, and there's a couple of different ways that we can make things unblockable. So that's kind of the idea. If they have a board that we can't normally get through, we have ways of evasion that we don't see every day on Arena. We see a lot of flying. We see a lot of menace. We see a lot of the Twilight cards that wipe us out. We don't see a lot of fish these days. Unblockable fish. Ooh, we go first. Two or more, 2 or fewer. There we go. We will put out our lackey because he can actually cause damage. What card type do they choose? Artifacts. So 1 less to bring down artifacts. Okay. We'll bring down our bookcase. Which this one? This one has the red. They can't just use it to draw a card. And they do. To get the red land that they would have used to maybe put oil counters on things. Alright. Let's go ahead. No, I don't want to do that yet. I want to do this. He takes the damage. Okay, fine. So a bunch of cheap artifact spells. They just want to kill me with this combo here. As soon as they get the combo, Sten makes the artifacts cost 0, and Lambo just hits me with a point of damage for every one. Lovely. They keep letting my lackey through. I'm not normally expecting that. In the meantime, they're just going to draw through their deck and get more artifacts that deal me damage. What do they have for removal, if they need it? They return the bookcase to my hand. Okay. That is 6 points of damage. Didn't get the land I wanted. Can they do anything against a 5/5? Aeruth, okay, nice. Just digging through the deck. Okay, now what do I do? I can bring down this. I can bring down Skitterfang. And we will take action. We'll give Sphinx lifelink. We'll attack with the Sphinx. We only get one card choice because we only have one basic land, so we automatically get that card in our deck. Sleep with the Fishes doesn't necessarily help us the most here. Sleep with the Fishes is kind of a drawback, so this could be an easy loss for me. I have not come across this deck before. This is a nice combination. And something where maybe I should have a board wipe at this point. Let's go ahead and take action. Give Sphinx lifelink again. Attack. I should have put combat research on her. They can't stop anybody in flight. Do they not have removal anywhere in their deck? They still get to choose that one. Let's go ahead and put down... Actually, here, it doesn't matter which one you lose, but you should lose at least one. We're not going to wait for the combo. There we go. Let's go ahead and put combat research on her. And combat research on her. And that's good. Yeah, they didn't have removal. Maybe if they'd somehow been able to do it faster. I like the idea. And having Aruth to draw through your deck faster is nice. I've used Aruth a couple of times. I've liked that creature a lot. That's an interesting deck idea. I like it. So there you go. Use Sten if you just want cheap artifacts. And there's part of your next cheap artifact deck. I've got a playlist that I started called the Cheap Decks. So I haven't done artifacts yet. I just did enchantments. And let's see, did that get posted? Yeah, I think it just got posted recently. At the time I'm recording this, I'm probably about a week away from posting it. So Cheap Enchantment is already on the field with another one. So the cheap playlist is up and running. So I think I've already got the basis for my next cheap artifact deck to show you guys. It might not be exactly the same as what we just saw, but it could be similar. Okay, still can't quite cast anything, but I do need land, so I'll take the next land. I do need 2 black mana too. They still get something. Let's see. When it does damage. Okay, so we've got Hero's Downfall and we got Devious Cover-Up. And they have 4 mana. And they did nothing. So now we have Devious Cover-Up. 5 mana. Leer. Leer can't be countered. So my Devious Cover-Up is useless. Do we sleep with the fishes on Leer? Let's put down Gix. Missed a land drop. My opponent did not. My opponent still doesn't miss a land drop. Could have a nice little lightning bolt. Obliterating bolt just exiles Gix. just great, so I'm behind on mana. Behind on everything now. My opponent doesn't even do anything else. Must be nice. And I can't use DV's cover-up while Lear exists because counterspells aren't going to be able to be used. So we pass. Stern lesson. Okay. What if we try and just go for the throat right now? Okay, good. Still waiting for blue to decide which card to discard. We could be here a while. Normally it would be another instant because they tend to have more than one Lear in the deck. A Hullbreaker Horror. Wow. They have enough to cast the Horror. Do they have a way to bring it back out of the graveyard later? Well, I don't know. But oh, they do have counterspells even though they just had a Lear. Interesting. See, I was figuring they wouldn't. It's kind of unusual to have counterspells in a deck with Lear. At least, I mean, you might have a negate or two at some point. Oh, that's why they got rid of Hullbreaker Horror. They had a second one. They already had the second one. And I don't have my 6 mana still. Alright, I've got to wait for 6 mana. My opponent doesn't miss a land drop. They got 8. There's nothing for my opponent to throw back up into my hand. I really just need a 6 land. You gave my opponent 8. Give me 6, please. I'm really not asking too much at this stage. Wow, they took a long time to do nothing. Alright. Control. These two. Submit. Auto pay. Bounce this one. Submit, auto pay. Resolve. Hullbreaker dies. Not even a nice from my opponent. They might have a Planeswalker, but I couldn't really afford to wait. Not when I'm down to 5 life. Obliterating Bolt. Down to 2. You can sleep with the fishes. I get a fish that can't be blocked, so who cares about Smoldering Egg? I get an expendable lackey. I keep my mana dry for the Devious cover up, sorry, and I have to sort of hope that they don't have another Leer. They finally start flooding out. Devious cover up stays. They can block with the Smoldering Egg now. See if they bother. They do. Okay. I need one more land, right? I think I just got 3 lands in a row. No, wait. I can put down Sphinx now. Is that 4 lanes in a row for them? Well, they got all their good stuff up front. I am down to 2. Lackey can come out now. Ceremonial Knife can go on the fish. We won't bother making them block with the Smoldering Egg each time. We'll just get a blood token and then... we got the combo all at once. Oh, they're going to give me both. That's awesome. All in the turn. Let's try this and see what they do. Do they just sacrifice Balmor? Counter target spell. If that spell's mana value is 3 or less, proliferate. Okay, I'm okay with that. That gives them a 1/4. Oh, let's see. 4, 5, 6. Okay, so now bounce you up, submit, auto pay, resolve all. The flyer goes away, Smoldering Egg has to die, and then we attack with everybody. And land and land. Woohoo! Can you kill me with a direct damage spell right now? They can't, of course. The only time that I got rid of my mana, Arena made sure to let them top deck the card that kills me. This happens to me a little too many times. But we were here to demonstrate the combo, so I'm not too bitter. We teased out their counterspell. We still managed to get rid of the flying block and dragon that could have, if they cast a spell, it would have hit us for a couple points of damage and killed us anyway. Close but no cigar. Dune Mover is good if you have 3 or more color decks. You got a regular sized deck. It shouldn't take you that long. So you only have 2 colors, and it took you that long to find your mountain. Yeah, sometimes the server can hang up on you. I'm just trying to make you search your library. We blocked the toxic ones. We now have a DB's cover-up, so yeah. We're gonna, I guess, save it. Save our mana for the DB's cover-up. Yeah, Lana and Elena is definitely a good one. We don't have anything else in the graveyard. You can come ping us for 1 point of damage with the long legs. And they do. We need a swamp. We will take it. Let's go ahead and put out Gix now. They're not attacking us anymore. So you got a haste creature, but I don't think it's worth you bum rushing me right now, is it? You just want to build up your forces? Wow, you'd think they had blue. Okay, that one can sacrifice any time, so it doesn't do any good to make that one sleep. But we can go ahead and make the one that has toxicity sleep. So we don't have to worry about that one giving us a poison token. Danny Daniel. You think they'd never seen an enchantment aura before? We're just going to attack with our fish. They've got too many other creatures out. We need to make sure that they don't tackle us against our life total. Invoke the Ancients. Okay. That one has Vigilance, that one has Reach. So now I can't even attack with my fish because I'm really tied to defense now. I could put this down. Let's do this. Let's get rid of the one with Reach. And we'll put down our Skitterfang. And I don't think we need to have anybody attack or do anything with that. Once I get the sewer crocodile down, then I'll start hitting with the fish. And, oh, what now? What now? Juggernauts. Can't be blocked by the bookcase. Everybody else becomes 5/3. So everybody has to attack now, right? Nice. That's basically lethal, right? So that changed from a 4/5 to a 5/3, so I can block that now. I'm going to have to give up some stuff. I can't kill the Gallag Readers. I guess I chump block for the 8. We get rid of Copper Longlegs, or can it sacrifice itself? So I get rid of the Chimney Rattle. And I'm going to take 10. Okay. Which one do you want to die? Your choice. Alright. I don't have enough left over for the crocodile. It doesn't do me any good to do anything with the Skitterfang's counters. I haven't gone up against Graz yet. It's kind of tough. I guess I should just do that too with Reliquary right now. Wouldn't you know it, I have a defender and they finally put something in and suddenly the defender doesn't work against anything. That's interesting how the arena managed to find something that completely rendered my bookcase useless. Five more points of damage. Alright, I have enough for a crocodile. And one expendable lackey. And if they have any kind of removal, I'm going to be in trouble. And getting the combo would be good so that I could make them kill Graz compared to anything else. Oh, it has haste. Of course you do. Is this a combat trick? Because I can kill two of them. What was this originally? A 4/4? Alright, we're going to see what they have. They should lose two creatures, right? There's nothing for you to proliferate, so why would you bother to sacrifice? Yeah, I think that was a misplay. I think that was a misplay on your part, dude. Alright, we're done. We've got a double block draws. You only have 2 cards. It can't be too complicated by now. They're looking at their graveyard. Okay. Well, again, you only have 6 cards there, and one of them's a land, so what are you going to get? Not the worst thing. No, I have to pass first. We're blocking with all in case he has something that can beef up his toughness by 2. Or more. No, he just decided to make the trade. Is this a bigger creature? What do you got? Why did they only have 1 card and they go even slower than ever before? Is this another turn the earth and you're just gonna put stuff back? Yep, there we go. Okay. Let's see if you get something back. All I'm doing is getting land. We got him back down to 20. Woohoo! Thank you. That gives me a little bit of card draw. They've got something that's holding up priority, so I guess we have to wait every single action we take for them to decide to let us proceed. Okay, so maybe that was what they were holding on to the whole time. They finally decided they couldn't hold it anymore. They just needed to get to something more useful. Oh, hello. 3 cards at random. He gets to copy the Blazing Crescendo, which means he gets to exile the top card of his library again. Luckily that doesn't have haste. And what is that? Paladin of Predation. Lovely. Well, I gotta keep the Sphinx clear, so I just attack with the Sewer Crocodile on the ground this turn. And then that's a 6/7. Gross. Waiting for it. There we go. All I get is land. Alright, so I can't afford to wait. He needs to get rid of one creature. He should get rid of the 4/4, and I'm stuck with both of my guys on defense against the 6/7. So we're back to a standoff. He keeps looking at sleeping with fishes for some reason. If I wanted to be risky, I could fly with the Sphinx and gamble on getting something. I could still block with sewer, maybe the bookcase and Mishra for one turn. But I'd rather not. Okay, I can block one of those with the bookcase. No, it can't be blocked with power 2 or less, so the bookcase in Mishra's Foundry can't be used against the Paladin. It's got to be these two. And we wait. And we wait. They've still got the advantage. Okay. I'm not sure what they saw that I didn't. We will do one more. This is interesting. I don't know if it's because I have a defender in, because I'm using fishes. I know I should just call them fish. We don't care. I like to call them fishies. We are getting to see somewhat different deck configurations than usual. It's good to just have a simple removal spell at the front for if I need it. Okay, I don't have a 1-mana spell, so we'll go ahead and play the complicated dual land. We're back to Phyrexian Poison. And I don't really have a board sweeper, so we might be in trouble. We already got a poison counter. I need some creatures. I guess we'll go ahead and have you sleep with fishes. That gives me an attacker I can put combat research on and maybe try something. Yet another poison counter, and it's a cantrip. So, it's a white-blue poison deck from Phyrexia, so I should lose. Just because Phyrexian stuff makes me lose. No matter what deck I use. Okay, so combat research goes on the fish. Suspicious bookcase to block the fish. They have lifelink now, so I'm not looking so much to score damage on them as just draw extra cards. And I guess we might as well just save our ammo for if they put out a more complicated creature. and wait till we have the blue spell as well. Okay, now you need one extra mana source, and they tapped out to get Mondrag down, so we're going to kill him now. We can't afford to have him be around and get indestructible just because of the token creation bonus that he gets. We're going to gain back all their life every time they attack now. Mishra's Foundry is fine. Gix is good. Now we can attack. We can get 2 card draw, even though it costs us a life point. We'll take it. Now they have their card draw. Can't be blocked. Oh no. Yeah, I was 1 mana short. I got rid of Gix. I could put down the Sewer Crocodile. How about Asleep with the Fishes on the Spelldancer? And then we continue on with you. Trying to get to a certain point. Maybe 2 Suspicious Bookcases is 1 too many. I could put in an exile card for the 1/1s. But my strategy is involving 1/1s, so it can backfire easily too. Another poison counter. We'll give up one of our fish. I guess I should be using Mishra's Foundry when I have enough mana to afford it. I've got 2 Sewer Crocodiles. I was trying to hold on for my Devious Cover-Up, but can I even afford to? I need to be wary of the Twilight spell now with 1 more mana. Isn't it nice that they get all of those cards up front? Ah. Ah! They have everything they need. Alright, so what's left? There's a lackey. Here, we'll make you choose between those 2. No. We just take everything back, I guess. They have a counterspell? They have everything. Well, if you've been around long enough, you're familiar with my conspiracy theory regarding Phyrexian expansion. No matter what, you're going to lose to Phyrexian cards if it's an almost all Phyrexian deck, because that's the new thing that's going on. And Magic wants you to have fun with the new expansion. They want you to buy the new cards. And so you're just going to lose. And it looks like we're well on our way. They had exactly the counterspell they needed right at the exact moment that I had mine. I only have one in my entire deck. Why are they not attacking? Nope, they have more than one counterspell. Alright, there's nothing left in my deck that can do anything against this now. Just all they need is Skrell's Hive, really. I mean, I probably wouldn't even bother with half of the mono white stuff in Phyrexia. I just put in a couple of counterspells in Skrell's Hive and go to town. Alright, this is completely pointless. I could hold out for a little bit longer, but I don't want to. Alright, let me go in and show you the deck one more time. We had a little bit of fun. It's fun using the combo. Again, I understand this is probably not the main thing that you want to do. It's not the first thing that comes to mind. You probably just want to put in, I mean, why not put in more Heroes Downfalls or go for the Throats and that kind of thing, rather than have a combo that needs, you know, 2 different spells, and if there's no green permanents, it actually costs 6 mana to take care of it. But like I said, it was just it's a combo that exists. I'm assuming that it was planned because they're in the same expansions, and Wizard does tend to give you little hidden gems like that, and that doesn't mean it's good, but we were able to use it, and it was okay, and it was fun to be able to do it. I don't know, maybe it would be better if we put it in a different deck besides one where we're just using Sleep with the Fishes all the time. Because you could argue that having the Incapacitates along with this type of spell actually creates some tension, because you'll end up with multiple creatures on the battlefield that are tapped down, and maybe those are your only choices, and you don't want them tapped down, because that would just, you'd have to throw maybe a lesser one you tap down back up into the opponent's hand to force yourself to kill the bigger threat. So it's possible that my fish concept does not fit with the Incriminate concept, and we could actually craft a better deck if we used a different, you know, if we got rid of the Incriminate out of the way and put in 8 other cards to keep up with our Fishes concept, maybe that would be an okay deck. And then we would get rid of the Fishes and Sleep with the Fishes and do something else with out of the way and Incriminate that would actually work better. It's possible that these two ideas are too much in opposition to be very efficient. But let me know what you think about that idea. And in the meantime, I'm going to end it there. Thanks for joining me. Remember to like and subscribe as always, and have a good one. I'll see you next time.